Hey guys, Sarah here from Recovering Book Hoarder. Today we are going to do my June TBR. And guys, I cannot believe that it's June already. We are like 6 months into 2021. I just feel like this year is absolutely flying by. Not loving my hair right now, so please excuse it. It's kind of getting to that point where like I need to decide if I'm going to let it grow or if I'm going to recut it again. I haven't decided. It is what it is today though. So we are going to play my original TBR game, Recovering Book Hoarders Game of Reading. Spin some wheels, and then I have a couple of, other books I'm going to read on top of that all. So we are going to do 6 rolls for our game, and let's see what we get for roll number 1. Okay, so last month we ended here, which was on the TBR jar. So let's see what we get first. Okay, we have a 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we got reading prompt. And that is this one here. Prompt. A book about the immigrant experience. All right, so for roll number 1, we got one of the reading prompt cards, and for that, it is a book about the immigrant experience. I have chosen The Last Story of Mina Lee by Nancy Ju-Yoon Kim, I believe is how you pronounce it. This was one of my Book of the Month picks. It says a poignant mother-daughter story and surprising mystery. The Last Story of Mina Lee is a profound debut novel that illustrates the devastating realities of being an immigrant in America. So I would say that this perfectly fits that prompt. Okay, roll number 2. Another 15. Okay, we got buzzword. House. Had that buzzword for April also. All right, for roll number 2, we got a buzzword, and I mistakenly said that I had the buzzword of house for April's TBR, and that's just because, like I said, time's just going so fast, like months passing, and anyway, house and home was the buzzword for June for the for May's buzzwordathon prompt. And just so happens that we have that one again for June through my game. So for that, we are going to read The House on Vesper Sands by Patrick O'Donnell. And this says, London, 1893, high up in a house on a dark snowy night, a lone seamstress stands by a window. So begins the swirling serpentine world of Patrick O'Donnell's Victorian-inspired mystery, the story of a city cloaked in shadow but burning with questions. I just thought that this sounded so atmospheric whenever I heard about it, and I love me a good atmospheric book. So that is going on the list for the month of June. All right, roll number 3. Oh, little guy. 1. That is specific author. Oh, geez, you can see my feet. Ugh, that was gross. Sorry, ignore my feet. V.C. Andrews. All right, for roll number 3, we got V.C. Andrews as a specific author. So I am continuing with the series, and I will be reading Petals on the Wind. It's been, say, probably at least 2 years since I read Flowers in the Attic, which I really did enjoy. So I'm looking forward to continuing with that. And I don't think I need to say what this is about, because like everybody in the world, especially the reading world, knows who V.C. Andrews is and what her books are about. So this is the second in that series. All right, roll number 4. 17. genre or category. That one is in here. Memoir or biography. Right, for roll number 4, I am so excited. We got the genre of memoir or biography, and for that, I'm going to read my most anticipated new release from April. No, oh my gosh. See, it's like May never happened. My most anticipated release for May, which was Brat, an 80s Story by Andrew McCarthy, and I love the Brat Pack. I love the 80s. I love John Hughes. Andrew McCarthy, Pretty in Pink. I'm so excited to read what he has to say. So this is going on our list. All right, roll number 5. 15, geez. It's like our third 15. And we go back up. And we're back at the beginning with another reading prompt. A book by an online or television personality. All right, for roll number 5, we got a reading prompt, which is to read a book about an online or a TV personality. For that, we are going to read People I Want to Punch in the Throat by Jen Mann, and she is a bloggess, I believe. Yes, she is a bloggess. So she is known for hilariously acerbic observations on her blog. So I'm really hoping that that one is going to be quite funny. All right, our last roll, roll number 6. 7. And we have another prompt. A book by an author of a different race, ethnicity, or religion than your own. All right, so for roll number 6, we got read a book by a person that is a different race, nationality, or religion than you. And I'm so happy we got that because, as you guys know, I have really, really wanted to read this next book. It was, of all my birthday gifts, I think it was the one I was most excited about, most looking forward to. So we are going to read Hamilton, The Revolution by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And I love Hamilton so much, guys. And this is the book by the writer of Hamilton, the person that did like everything for Hamilton. And if it's Hamilton, I need it in my life. Okay, so those were the 6 rules for our game. Now we are going to spin the wheels. I have 4 different wheels, I have 3 different wheels. The first one we will spin is the 21 books to read in 2021, which we will spin 2 times. And let's see what we get for spin number 1. All right, for spin number 1, we got David by Charles Swindoll. This is actually book 1 in this commentary series that he does, where he focuses on different lives from the Bible. I've already read Esther and Job, but I have bought them out of order based on when they were available on Book Outlet. And this is my edition that's all messed up in large print, all of which I am not happy about. So I'm gonna read this edition, and I'm really trying to like not have books be an idol in my life, because they are. So I'm trying to get past when things aren't perfect. Like, it's fine, it is what it is. I can still read it. It's fine. All right, so that's what we are going to read this as our first one from our 21 and 21, and let's see what we get for our second spin. Right, for spin number 2. It's a commitment. It's a commitment. We are going to read book 1 of the Lord of the Rings series by J.R.R. Tolkien, and that is The Fellowship of the Ring. I adore the movies. Adore them. Watched them all whenever they were released on the big screen. I tried listening to the books and had a really hard time listening to it, but don't want to give up on the books because they're like so well known and well loved. And like I said, I really love the movie, and I've heard from so many people that the books are so much better. So we are going to read it physically instead of listening to it. So that's happening. Okay. Let's go on to my 5-star prediction wheel and see what we get for that. I'm so happy to say that our 5-star prediction this month, for this month, is going to be book number 2 in James Herriot's All Creatures Great and Small series, and that is All Things Bright and Beautiful. And I loved All Creatures Great and Small so much. It's one of those books that gives you all the feels. You cry, you laugh out loud, you feel hope, you're so entertained. I know there's a show out now on PBS, and I really want to watch it, but I really want to finish with the series first, reading it. So this is happening this month. Okay, for our last spin of the wheel, I have a wheel that has all of the gifts on it that I have been given, all of the books I've been given as gifts, because I got a lot of wonderful books for my birthday. So if you want to see what I got, I will link that up here. But each month I'm trying to make sure that I read some of those books because I'm just so excited and want to read them all now. So let's see what we get to read this month. All right, for this month, we are going to read the Pinocchio, which is the Mina Lima Illustrated Edition. I have all of these. I love Mina Lima so much. It is a illustrating duo, and their books are just so much fun. They have these interactive illustrations, and they're absolutely breathtaking and gorgeous. So that is the gift that we are going to read this month. Okay, like I said, I also have 3 different reading challenges I am participating in this year. And the first of that is the Unread Shelf Project. I will link her Instagram down below. And so there are 2 prompts for that each month. There's a main prompt and then there's a bonus prompt, and I have been doing both. For the main prompt this month, it is a book that you bought on a spending spree. So for that, I had to go back and look at like my purchased books and when I bought a whole bunch all at once. So on one of my numerous book outlet hauls a couple years ago, I got this book, Shepherd of Another Flock by David Wilborn. It's the charming tale of a new vicar in a Yorkshire country town. And I love the trope of a pastor, a priest, a vicar, any of those. I love books about them. So this has been on my shelf for a while, and we are going to read it this month. And hopefully, I'm hoping, this is one I go out with the intent of, if it's good, having my book club that I run with my friend Ruth read this. Here's hoping, because I've recently read 2 other books I had bought with the intent of possibly doing it for book club, and they both turned out to not be. This is why I have to pre-read things before I suggest them. Because we did have this mistake one time where I suggested this one book and it was absolutely not appropriate for our book club. We had to find something else to fill that space real quick. So hopefully this one is as good as I am hoping it's going to be, and will be something that I can read for our book club. Okay, and then the bonus prompt for this month is a book given to you that you did not ask for. And for that, I was very kindly gifted a book by my sister-in-law, Leanne, who lives in Germany. Right around the election, we were having a political discussion, and she was shocked I hadn't read this book. And next thing I knew, it had showed up at my house for me to read. So I've been wanting to get to, and this is the perfect excuse to do so. And that is Jesus for President by Shane Claiborne and Chris Ha. Okay, then I'm also doing the Buzzword Challenge, which was originally developed by Kayla over at Books and Lala. I will link her channel down below as well. And now, even though she's the one that came up with the buzzwords again, but instead of it being like done, I think she used to do it like quarterly. It is a year-long challenge that's now hosted over on Goodreads, but she still is the one that came up with the buzzwords. I think her son helped her come up with them. So this month it is a name or a title. So for that, I'm going to read the second book in the Call the Midwife series. So the title is A Midwife, because that is the title. And that's called Shadows of the Workhouse. I really loved the first one in this series. I had started watching the show, which is very good, but I quickly realized that the stories on the show were not presented in the same order that they were in the books, and I didn't want to spoil myself to any of the stories that were coming up in the rest of the series, so I had stopped watching it. I will watch it again once I finish up. I think it's just a trilogy. So we're going to read volume 2 of that this month. And then the last book challenge that I am participating in this year is the Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, which is hosted by Chantel over at The Intentional Reader, which I will link her down below as well. And this month's prompt is an animal on the cover. So for that, I'm going to read I Can't Make This Up by Kevin Hart, and there's lots of doggies on the cover. And I am hoping this is going to be funny. An inspirational life story and roadmap to achieving your dreams. But I mean, Kevin Hart is funny, so I'm hoping this is funny. We'll see. It looks like, I think it's gonna be. I'm hoping. Okay, then some other stuff that I have going on. For April's book club over on Getting Hugga With It for her Patreon book club. Now I have to say, for hers, and I have for Krista's also, they have not been totally announced yet. I'm just going by what is like in the clear lead, because I need to tape this before I go away up to my camp so that I can have it scheduled to go up. So even though they haven't been officially announced, based on the scores, I am quite confident that these are the books that are going to win. So for April's, we are going to be reading The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I just know that this is a book about books, pretty sure. And I think there's going to be some magical realism in it. It sounded really good. That is the one that I voted for. The other option was Fahrenheit 454. The only reason I didn't vote for that one, though, is because I had already read it. I love Fahrenheit 454. It's one of the most beautiful books about books. I highly recommend it. And then for Krista's, we are going to be reading, I believe, The Orphan Collector by Ellen Marie Wiseman. And I don't know anything about it, other than I'm pretty sure it's historical fiction. That's not the one that I voted for, but that's okay. Actually, I think the one that I voted for had the least amount of votes. So that is what it is. And usually I've been trying to listen to those ones instead of purchasing them. So hopefully I can find both of those on Scribd this month and do the same thing. Then I am going to be continuing reading Bruce Springsteen, All the Songs, because it is gigantic. It's like 600 some pages, and it's huge, and the words are small. I am loving it. The pictures alone make the book totally worth the price. But, you know, like, I consider myself a pretty big Bruce Springsteen fan, but I didn't realize until I started reading this book how much of his music I had not heard. So as they're going through each of the albums, each of them song by song, I'm actually listening to each album and reading the lyrics and then reading about it like in between. So it's taking a really long time for me to read it, and I don't want to speed up that process because I'm really enjoying it. So I'm guessing I'm going to be reading that over this month and possibly even the following month, because man, he has a heck of a catalog, just gotta say. And then last, I am doing a secret TBR. Chrissy over at Chrissy's Soul and I decided to do a book swap. So I sent her 3 of my favorite books and she sent me 3 of her favorite books, and we are going to read them this summer, and we will be posting that secret TBR at the end of August. So I've picked the one I'm going to read for this month. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but here's what I can tell you. She told me about it on the little blurb she wrote me, because it's so I told her, I sent her the thing, I'm like, totally forgot to include a gift receipt whenever I sent my 3 books to her. It's like, so whenever you get a random box of books in the mail, just know they're from me. She was kind enough to write a little something about each one on the receipt. So for the book I'm reading this month, she said, underrated, underhyped book series author, I prequel to Dracula. Writing is a cross between Anne Rice and Bram Stoker, in my opinion. So I am excited about it. And I totally get the Anne Rice thing, because whenever I pulled it out, I initially thought it was Anne Rice. Like, the cover of it was just very reminiscent of one of her books. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And I think I'm going to do a vlog about all 3 of those books that I'll put out in August, end of August. So, okay, that is my TBR for the month of June in the year of our Lord 2021. It's a lot, but I have to say, I'm hopeful about pretty much all of these. And you haven't seen yet, I haven't recorded it yet, but in my wrap up for the month of May, you will see quantity wise, really good month. I read a lot. Quality wise, on the other hand, not the best month of the year at this point. But okay, that's it. So have you guys read any of what I plan on reading this month? If so, I would love to hear what your thoughts are. I love interacting with you guys down in the comments. If you like what you see, don't forget to like this video. If you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you want to find me other places, interact with me on other platforms, I have all kinds of links for everywhere I am on the interwebs down below in the description box. All right, guys, I will catch up with you later. Bye.